Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from an inmate at Florida Correctional Institution. This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
What's good with it, K? Hey, man, what's good, bro? How you feeling? Man, I'm alright. How you doing in there, K? I'm fucked up right now, bro. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Man, you know, your time is coming. Your time is coming, man. You just gotta be patient, you know? I hear you, bro. It's hard, bro. I'm going through so much up in here, man. Niggas trying to kill me in here, man. Man, you know, one thing I'll say, man, you just gotta pray to the Lord, man, and ask the Lord to guide you, you know, because it's getting real in these last days, you know? Yeah, man, I'm gonna try that, man. I've been chopping up with some of these Israelite brothers in here, man. They been giving my spirits up.
No complaining, level up and choose life, yeah. When you know better, you gotta do right, yeah. Pressure make diamonds shining on sight, yeah. Trying to dim your light, battle tested for the fight, yeah. When you fall, you get right back up. Renew your mind and break off those cuffs. Had to make do when you didn't have enough. You gotta choose life, embracing what's tough, yeah.
All the life moments, either this or that. Gotta choose. You can make a home and be a missing hat. Claim the throne to play with chrome, going click and clack. Ain't no kicking back, the niggas going tit for tat. It took my cousin's life and they ain't gon' give it back. He was the godchild, used to rap and call him scrap. Ain't no question if you flexing, he ain't go for that. So how you think that shaped my mind to grow up knowing that? Ain't no whole rap, nigga, nah, slow for that. To keep my focus where it's hopeful at. That's why I'm preaching on the corners where the dope is at. I had to go through that to teach you how to cope with that. We all got a time, we don't never know exact. We don't fear find a moment even knowing that. But choose life is a blessing, that's a potent fact. Relieving stress, it's like a present, go and open that.
No complaining, level up and choose life, yeah. When you know better, you gotta do right, yeah. Pressure make diamonds shining on sight, yeah. Trying to dim your light, battle tested for the fight, yeah. When you fall, you get right back up, yeah. Renew your mind and break off those cuffs. Had to make do when you didn't have enough. You gotta choose life, embracing what's tough, yeah.
How could it happen that we suffer in a strange land? This resurrection is eternal, this the game plan. So many people wish that I would stay the same man. Lord, give me strength so that I can help the lame stand. I choose life, that's every time, even in the face of death. This revolution got us clocked and that's on every step. I choose life cause this the way we know it's always been. They drop the plow, them niggas nerves, you better not follow them. For me and mine, we made our choices to the end of days. This life we live will make us pay for walking crooked ways. And when it's over, crown my head with this the other side, cause I'll be healed of all my pain from watching loved ones die. Jerusalem, we dropped the ball, but now we waking up. It's every scheme that's put in motion meant for shaking us. High exalted warriors, protectors of the weak. Dry your eye, God's children, cause this earth is for the meek.
No complaining, level up and choose life, yeah. When you know better, you gotta do right, yeah. Pressure make diamonds shining on sight, yeah. Trying to dim your light, battle tested for the fight, yeah. When you fall, you get right back up, yeah. Renew your mind and break off those cuffs. Had to make do when you didn't have enough. You gotta choose life, embracing what's tough, yeah.
Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from an inmate at Florida Correctional Institution. This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
What's good with it, K? Hey, man, what's good, bro? How you feeling? Man, I'm alright. How you doing in there, K? I'm fucked up right now, bro. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Man, you know, your time is coming. Your time is coming, man. You just gotta be patient, you know? I hear you, bro. It's hard, bro. I'm going through so much up in here, man. Niggas trying to kill me in here, man. Man, you know, one thing I'll say, man, you just gotta pray to the Lord, man, and ask the Lord to guide you, you know, because it's getting real in these last days, you know? Yeah, man, I'm gonna try that, man. I've been...
Yo, it's the ghetto gospel. Got my man, G.A. Yo, it's been a long journey, brother. From the ghetto to the beautiful meadows.
Othello on the
Dive into the real history, find devout respect. Look into the documentaries concerning Malcolm X. Liberation, freedom bell rings from these hell scenes. When I get to talking about a change, it's like I sell dreams. Pop the roof inside of the Benz while I ride around. Study opposition, even when it seems it's dying down. Split moment, violence raining men, families crying out. I just need the truth to help determine what the lie's about. People do a slew of dirt, then live their lives hiding out. Typically your pride is what you judged and what you die about. I can only show by my example and what's true to me. Laughing in the face while listening, what they gonna do to me. Every day the sun shine on me, I could breathe again. My purpose pulls me into a place I gotta leave again. Long phone calls, hopefully my brothers lock it down. Music is a talent, when they hear you, then you stop the crowd. Fly high, even though the arrow shot to knock you down. Then you teach your children to be pure but still pop with style. Prayer to the heavens that the oppression perish, while the people in my circle gifted, loved, and they cherish. And the love is apparent. Envy never had an open door. When you take the ups with the downs, well then you know the score. May obtain some horses and acres, but you know the poor. A sweet name is in your work and what the people know you for. When you make provision for yourself, then you showing more. I've had to take the low, humble times on the coldest floors. Minor setbacks for real unspoken victories. To live for all the fellas, see the things that they ain't get to see. I could write a book, I tell you pack your bag and tread along. Cause life is just a path and you can't truly bring your debt along. Love where you at and be content cause you could lose it all. And if I had the chance to pick my circle, then I'm choosing y'all. Hey look, I can't sound like nobody else but me. My genre's ghetto gospel. The truth is I came from the dark to the light. What they say? I was once lost but now I'm found. And it's a different kind of feeling. Can't rock to my music if you ain't got gratitude. Shit, I'm leaving my blueprint here. There's too many bad examples. They turn the greatest artists into weaponizers, promoting death culture. Sure, we gonna give life in this music. We're gonna talk about overcoming. Cause one thing we've proven is we can do the impossible. You should wash your hands from the street cause you ain't sleeping right. We went to them schools and them people, shit they ain't teach us right. They taught us the history of Lincoln, but ignored the plight. Now we in the air with the message, catch it flight to flight. Shot spotters, they detect the sound of when a slug fly. Could you see the pain when you staring into a thug's eye? This is ghetto gospel in heaven, I heard the thugs cry. This is ghetto gospel in heaven, I heard the thugs cry. Heaven heard the thugs cry. Heaven heard the thugs cry. This is ghetto gospel, and heaven heard the thugs cry.
I gotta count the joy, ain't no taking it from me. Brothers by my side, can't be done by my lonely. Embracing everything what the Lord got for me. Through the battles and the trials, I'm just telling my story. I gotta count the joy, ain't no taking it from me. Brothers by my side, can't be done by my lonely. Embracing everything what the Lord got for me. Through the battles and the trials, I'm just telling my story. I'm just telling my story.
They say sometimes you gotta smile when you count the joy. Cause truthfully, nothing amounts to joy. We veterans on battlefields where we survived all of the plots and ploys. Live to arise in early morning and speak life to boys. The small things they say it really matter. Recovering from my letdowns and all the dreams that was shattered. Lost it all and got it back, that's what we call living. Meditate on this compassion, give the offer of thanksgiving. It's brick by brick, it's what it's gonna take to build this building. And every effort's present when we represent for children. Cause we ain't have a God or an image or a script. We was young and hostile and we was riding with a grip. My pops told me it's a price to pay. I counted joy, he saved my life today. No matter what been thrown my way, I'm always keeping faith. To obtain this crown, we gotta run this race. So humbly, we approach the throne of grace.
I gotta count the joy, ain't no taking it from me. Brothers by my side, can't be done by my lonely. Embracing everything what the Lord got for me. Through the battles and the trials, I'm just telling my story. I gotta count the joy, ain't no taking it from me. Brothers by my side, can't be done by my lonely. Embracing everything what the Lord got for me. Through the battles and the trials, I'm just telling my story. I'm just telling my story. Where I'm from, niggas die before diplomas. This body being lent, we not the owners. Devil want your soul, but it's the Lord that's in control. Now I shine through the struggle, that's the light they can't hold. I turn my tears into trophies and these scars full of gold. He directed all my steps, no compass, just faith. But I'm hungry for the knowledge, all I do is scrape plates. And every L is tuition, I'm just learning to count the joy. Invest in my peace because this life be so heavy. It ain't built for the weak. I'm still climbing, but I'm higher than my old views. You can't believe them lies and everything they told you. I eat the whole roll, I call it soul food. Gotta count the joy, you can't count the hurt. I die daily, a new man risen from the dirt. I put the Lord first, you better know your worth. Cause some spend their life, but they stay the same. These days I smell like a diamond. Gotta count the joy, ain't no taking it from me. Brothers by my side, can't be done by my lonely. Embracing everything what the Lord got for me. Through the battles and the trials, I'm just telling my story. Gotta count the joy, ain't no taking it from me. Brothers by my side, can't be done by my lonely. Embracing everything what the Lord got for me. Through the battles and the trials, I'm just telling my story. I'm just telling my story.
You facing the fire and you feeling the heat. Count it all joy, take a seat, the Most High is undefeated, my brethren. The scripture is the truth and not a myth. Trials ain't hard, my God, but it comes with a gift. The test of your faith, you gotta stand up and grow. Don't let the pressure take over, just let the spirit flow. It's an opportunity, not a setback. Understand? James 1 verse 2, that's the Father's command. Every tribulation's a setup for a praise. You unlocking new levels in these perilous days. The enemy brain struggle, but God bringing strength. Dear Lord, I pray that my soul that you keep. So when troubles get heavy, stand firm in your spot. It's refining you to gold. Now look what you got. Embrace the affliction. Keep your mind on the goal. Let patience have a perfect work. Watch God save your soul.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Ooh. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Amen. Washamayam, Nathanawa, Lakam Kalyawam, Wasalak Nawa, Kabwawath Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kawawath Yanawa, Wala Thabayanawa, Banasayuan, Abal, Hawashaynawa, Mayan Rakaya, Lanawa, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Wathapa Arat, La'aywilam, Aman.
All right, shalom, shalom. Y'all see the title. We're going to be going over a PowerPoint. Israel dispersed into Africa. Now, as I sit back and I've listened to a lot of discussions on this topic, I'm going to be honest, a lot of Israel has no idea what they're talking about. They're still using certain sources like Babylon and Timbuktu, you know, talking about everybody left in 70 AD. And this is the first time you're going to hear it. You need to stop. You need to begin to do some more research. You need to begin to purchase books. You know, a lot of these books and PDFs, I actually have them. So if anybody wants them, you have my direct number. I could send it. Before we get into the lesson, don't believe nothing Yawasap is saying. Just buy the book and do your own research. That's what everybody should do here. Do your own research. Listen to this non-biasedly. Critique everything I say. Look at everything I say. Think about everything I say. And from there, we could all begin to grow as a community in many different aspects, because history is something that needs to be understood on all levels. All right. So before we get into that, of course, we're going to get into the Bible real quick. Let's go to Micah 4, and we're going to start at verse 8. Micah 4 and 8.
It's the book of Micah, chapter 4 and verse 8.
Go ahead.
And thou, O tower of the flock, the stronghold of the daughter of Zion.
So the tower of the flock, the leaders, the stronghold of the daughter of Zion. Go ahead.
Unto thee shall it come, even the first dominion.
So the first dominion, the inheritance of the kingdom, is going to come to the leaders, the tower of the flock. Come on.
The kingdom shall come to the daughter of Jerusalem.
So the kingdom is going to come to the tower of the flock and the stronghold of the daughter of Jerusalem. Keep reading.
Now, why dost thou cry out aloud? Is there no king in thee? Is thy counselor perished? For pangs have taken thee as a woman in travail.
See, the children of Israel is in pain as a woman in travail, meaning a woman that's about to give birth. And that's what you see happening in the nation of Israel now. It's as if we're about to give birth, because you see the kingdom right before your very eyes, this kingdom known as America, this kingdom known as democracy, this kingdom known as the world as we see it, as we know it, is coming to an end. Whether you like it, believe it, understand it or not. If you think America is going to stand forever, something is wrong with you. No kingdom ever stood forever. It never happened. Keep reading.
Be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail.
Come on.
For now shalt thou go forth out of the city.
So now thou shalt go forth out of the city. What is this city? This city is Jerusalem. Now, in 70 AD, there was a scattering of Israel, even though there were Israelites that stood right there. You can read this in the Kittos Wars, the Bar Kokhba revolts, so on and so forth. So not all of Israel left after the destruction of the temple. That needs to stop being said. That never happened. Keep reading.
And thou shalt dwell in the field.
And thou shalt dwell in the field, in the wilderness, in all the places wherein ye are scattered. Okay, this is what this is talking about. Read.
And thou shalt go even to Babylon.
And thou shalt what?
And thou shalt go even to Babylon.
And then ye shall go to Babylon. Now we understand prophetically that Babylon is known as what? It's America. You would understand that when you begin to dive into the prophecies. Keep reading.
And thou shalt go even to Babylon. Where?
Where? Babylon. Come on.
There shalt thou be delivered.
In Babylon, we are going to be delivered and brought back to the land. And that's when the kingdom of Israel will begin to reign upon the earth. Come on.
There the Lord shall redeem thee from the hand of thine enemies.
All right, now let's jump to the classic. Zephaniah 3 and 10.
It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 10.
Man, you quick with that, brother. You got the digital stuff, man.
Digi-scales, bro.
You got the digital stuff, man. Go ahead, brother. You got me flipping pages, brother. Go ahead, read that.
It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 10. From beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, my suppliants, even the daughter of my dispersed.
Even the daughter of what?
Even the daughter of my dispersed.
Shall what?
Shall bring mine offering.
So you see that even prophetically, Israel was to be scattered into Africa. Now, that does not take away the children of Israel that went into Far East Asia. That will also be taught. That does not take away the children of Israel that went into the Isles of Europe. That also will be taught. That does not take away even the children of Israel that stood within the land. That also will be taught. But the topic today is showing evidence of the dispersion of Israel going into Africa. Now, this is only a part one of the class. Kawan is my witness. He knows I'm going to get into this a lot more, even going into the transatlantic slave trade itself. But we're going to start here for the foundation. Once again, Yawasap is a liar. Take the sources I'm giving you, buy the sources, download the sources, read the source. Simple. Now let's get into the PowerPoint. Let's get into the PowerPoint. All right. Make this full screen. Let me get ones in the chat. Make sure everybody can see it. Ones in the chat. I want to make sure everybody can see this.
Hey, listen, bro. You can't win them all.
Hey, man.
You know?
We got ones in the chat. We got ones in the chat. All praises. Okay. Israelites were. Oh, see, I wrote this wrong. It's all right. We're gonna fix that later. Let's move on so I won't get embarrassed. All right, read that.
The Art Scroll Tanakh series, Bereshit, Genesis, an Orthodox Jewish commentary on Genesis states regarding.
Now, remember, I'm bringing this up because, you know, everybody, you know, we're not the Jews. So we're going to go to the real Jews, right? Orthodox Jew right here, medieval times. Let's go.
Regarding Genesis 48:19, Orthodox Jewish sage of the Middle Ages, Ibn Ezra wrote, many nations will descend from him, Ephraim.
Go ahead.
That is, the word fullness, mellow, connotes abundance. The phrase meaning, and his seed will become the abundance of the nations.
Go ahead.
According to Radak, this refers to the exile when the lands of others will be filled with his scattered descendants.
So you see, even during the medieval times and even before then, which can be demonstrated, but this is just a quick one, that the children of Israel, and this is just talking about quote unquote the northern kingdom, are going to be scattered, okay, into all of these lands and be exiled. This is simple to understand. This is what Genesis 48:19 is speaking about, right? Let's next slide. Now we're gonna get into Josephus, my good brother Jojo. My good brother Jojo.
This is the works of Flavius Josephus, book. I'm not good with the.
It's all right, brother. It's Roman
book 6.
Roman numerals, brother. I don't know, brother. We just read.
Now we got it. It's book 6, book 16, chapter 7. Now these Jews are already gotten into all the cities, and it is hard to find a place in the habitable earth that hath not admitted this tribe of men, and is not possessed by them. And it hath come to pass that Egypt and Cyrene.
So Egypt and Cyrene. Now, in the next slide, you're going to see the certain cities that this is talking about. But this is Africa. This is Israel in Africa. Everybody should notice. You know, reading the books of Josephus, this is something that everybody should do to understand the historical climate that was happening, especially during the time of Christ. Go ahead.
And it hath come to pass that Egypt and Cyrene, as having the same governors and a great number of other nations, imitate their way of living and maintain great bodies of these Jews in a particular manner and grow up to greater prosperity with them and make use of the same laws with that nation also.
Okay, so we understand that it's clear that Jews were in Egypt and Cyrene. Very clear. Let's go to the next one. This is also my good historian Jojo. This Against Apion 244. Read that.
Of the same mind also was Ptolemy, the son of Lagus, as to those Jews who dwelt at Alexandria, for he entrusted the fortresses of Egypt into their hands, as believing they would keep them faithfully and valiantly for him, when he was desirous to secure the government of Cyrene and other cities of Libya to himself. He sent a party of Jews to inhabit them.
So what do you see? Alexandria, Cyrene. You see right there on the map exactly where these places are. Okay, let's go to the next slide. We're going to keep painting the picture.
This is the Jews of North Africa, from Dido to De Gaulle, by Sarah Taib Carlin. According to St. Jerome, under the Pax Romana, the Jewish communities underwent a period of great prosperity all the way from India.
So now you have them in India. You can see that. I believe the historian's name is Tudela. I'm probably butchering his name, but I have him in future classes to even show the children of Israel going in parts of Asia. Okay, read.
A period of prosperity all the way from India to the western tip of Africa.
Now to the western tip of Africa. Now, a lot of people want to be like, see, end the class. But this also has to be understood. This is primarily talking about, I believe it's called Maghreb, which is northwest Africa. Okay? This is what this is speaking about. Let's continue. We're going to keep painting the picture. It's not going to be a long class. I'm giving you this history. I'm giving you these sources, and we're going to keep building on the premise of the children of Israel in Africa with future presentations. Okay, read.
Philo reports.
Now, my good brother Philo, man, from Alexandria. Shout out to Philo, man. Go ahead.
Philo reports that in his time, Egypt and Libya, from Kabathmos, Solom to Ethiopia, had a Jewish population of about 1 million.
So about 1 million. Now, Philo is a little before, during the time of Christ. So now you have approximately 1 million Jews within these areas of Africa. Again, Egypt, Libya, and even going further south in Sudan and so on and so forth. Go ahead.
Modern scholars do not think this is an exaggeration. And the figure is confirmed by papyri.
You see that? The figure is confirmed by papyri. I hate how Kawan just said that, but we could.
I'm spelled it, brother.
I'm messing with you. Hey, that's the way you pronounce it, brother.
No, brother.
No, I'm messing with you out, but it's definitely confirmed in papyri. Okay. Now, once again, the source is right here. Take the source, read the source. Let's continue to go. Read this.
Source: A History of the Jews in North Africa from Antiquity to the 16th Century by Chaim Zeev Hirschberg, Eliezer Bashan, Robert Attall, 1974.
I get.
Philo Judaeus, born 15 to 10 BCE in Alexandria, died 45 to 50 CE circa.
Now, this is just so we could get a basis on who this man is. All right, go ahead. And if you don't know who Philo is, man, just stop teaching that camp. But go ahead, read.
Philo was a Greek-speaking Jewish philosopher, the most important representative of Hellenistic Judaism. His writings provide the clearest view of this development of Judaism in the diaspora.
In the diaspora. Now let's continue. Let's read some of Philo's work.
In the works of Philo.
Now this is on the embassy to Gaius. Go ahead.
Concerning the holy city, I must now say what is necessary. It, as I have already stated, is my native country and the metropolis not only of one country of Judea, but also of many, by reason of the colonies which it has sent out from the time to time in the bordering districts of Egypt, Phoenicia, Syria in general, and especially that part of which is called Colio-Syria, and also with those more distant regions of Pamphylia, Sicilia, the greater part of Asia Minor as far as Bithynia, and the furthermost corners of Pontus.
Now, of course, you even see these certain places being listed in the letters of Paul, even in the letters of Peter. So what Philo is doing is explaining these different areas and settlements of the Jews. That's all he's doing. Keep reading.
And in the same manner into Europe, into Thessaly, and Boeotia, and Macedonia, and Anatolia, and Attica, and Argos, and Corinth, and all the most fertile and wealthiest districts of Peloponnesus.
Keep reading.
And not only are the continents full of Jewish colonies, but also the most celebrated islands are so too.
Come on.
Such as Euboea, and Cyprus and Crete. I say nothing of the countries beyond the Euphrates, for all of them except a very small portion, and Babylon, and all the satrapies around, which have any advantages, whether of soil or climate, have Jews settled in them.
So now you have, of course, Jews scattered throughout all of these places, everywhere. Europe, beyond the Euphrates, into Africa. That's all Philo is painting. That's all Philo is teaching. Something that everybody should understand, even simply reading, when you just read the book of Acts, chapter 2. And you see all these Jews from all nations under heaven going to Jerusalem to keep the feast. I'll continue.
So that if my native land is, as it reasonably may be, looked upon as entitled to a share in your favor, it is not one city only that would then be benefited by you, but 10,000 of them in every region of the habitable world, in Europe, in Asia, and in Africa.
So in Europe, in Asia, and in Africa. Has to be understood. Now, there's a question I'm going to pose, and I'm saying this, and then you're going to see it in future classes. Did the Roman army before and even during the time of Christ, did they set up colonies in West Africa? And were Israelites part of the Roman army during those times? Next slide.
West African countries and peoples, British and native, and a vindication of the African race by James Africanus Bale Horton. In those early days, Africa was known and famous amongst the then civilized portion of the world. And the Assyrians and Babylonians were among its earliest conquerors, so that about 67 years after the destruction of the temple, we are told in Esther that Ahasuerus, the king of Assyria, reigned from India into Ethiopia, over 107 provinces.
Now he's just giving a simple, basic overview of the different empires that rose over different times. Go ahead.
And since the king of Egypt was considered lord of the people of Ethiopia or Sudan, we read in Isaiah that the king of Assyria led away the Ethiopians captive, young and old, naked and barefooted, to the shame of Egypt.
Go ahead.
Northern Egypt then was the most known portion of the globe, and into it vast immigration took place from time to time, even to the most remote period.
Now here's the key. Go ahead.
The 10 tribes of Israel, after they were left to follow the dictates of their own mind, and during the commotion and destructive warfare which ensued, to escape utter extermination, migrated, according to the usage of the times, in vast numbers into various countries, but principally into North Africa.
So they went into Northern Africa. Okay, this is where the 10 tribes also went. Now, again, you can't say all of the quote unquote what we call the northern kingdom left. Some of them stood and were known as Samaritans during the time of Christ. Some of them were further east, even into the land of what is known as the Medes, and were known as the Scythians, and began to dwell amongst certain tribes of the Scythians, and later became known as the Scythians through their migrations. All of this has to be understood. But of course, they also went into Africa. You can't say all of the northern kingdom just simply came to America. That's just not true. Northern kingdom got scattered everywhere, just as southern kingdom got scattered everywhere. I just have to say these things because we have to understand all of this. Now continue reading.
But principally into northern Africa, as it then presented the safest and easiest route.
Mm-hmm.
Once settled, every commotion and intestine war had the most powerful effect of inducing these migratory bands to shift their abode still further.
You see, so as they went to northern Africa, they began to go further and further into Africa. Come on.
And so lose all connection with the other branch of the tribe. As hundreds of years pass on, the generation...
As what?
As hundreds of years pass on.
So hundreds of years are passing on. Come on.
And generation after generation roll away. They lose a great many of their habits and customs.
They what?
They lose a great many of their habits and customs.
So now you have Israelites losing their customs. You see, this happened with every generation of the exile. This even happened when we weren't exiled and they were in the land and building certain altars of Azareth in the northern kingdom, following after the deities of the surrounding nations, which are the Canaanites. This is something Israel has always done, cleaving to idols, leaving which was called to them by their fathers, not keeping Torah and keeping the surrounding customs of the surrounding nations. This has always happened. So you cannot search for Israel looking for, well, they're keeping the Torah here. Or, well, look at them over here and they're doing. That's not how it works. Now, of course, there's always been a remnant that shall not bow their knee to Baal. There's always been a completion. But through the scattering of Israel, there's always been a loss of our heritage. That's always happened. I mean, didn't it happen during the time of Ezra and Nehemiah? When they were having children with heathen mother, and these children, what were they doing?
They weren't even speaking the language.
They weren't even speaking the language of the Israelites during that time. They weren't doing that. So what happened? They were exiled, and these children were Israelites.
Right.
This is simple.
Where they at?
Yeah, where they at? Where did they go? Keep reading.
They lose a great many of their habits and customs, becoming more amalgamated with the population with which they associate.
Mm-hmm.
But when Mohammedanism,
which is Islam, come on,
overspread northern Africa,
go ahead,
destroying by fire and sword all those of another religion, the Israelitish descendants or inhabitants occupying the central portion of Africa passed forward, seeking shelter to the south and west.
Seeking shelter where?
Seeking shelter to the south and west.
Come on.
Apart, namely those from the east central, crossing the Banu or Joliba branch of Niger.
Mm-hmm.
Descended gradually southward and became intermingled with the original inhabitants.
Now, of course, we became intermingled with the inhabitants of the land. That's just what happens. Come on.
Protected from incursion on the north by the Banu River and quietly settled between the great Niger and old Calabar rivers. They remained in peace and grew from one generation to another in idolatry.
And what?
In idolatry.
And what?
In idolatry.
So these Israelite descendants grew in idolatry. Israel's doing that till this day. Come on.
But still leaving tangible proofs in the form of their religion of the Judaistic origin of the inhabitants.
But they always leave proof of who they are. Oral traditions, certain customs, so on and so forth, that show an ancient Near East migration. Okay, let's continue. Now, this is a map that shows from the 7th to 14th century. Now, you see this coin from Morocco that's also used in Songhai. Now, look at everywhere it goes. So I find it comedic when somebody says nobody can travel from the west coast of Africa going into Israel. I find it very funny because all throughout the Isles of Time, you see trade routes. Now, if I ask you, okay, so was the west coast of Africa completely segregated from the rest of the world? These are questions I have to ask. Because if there's migrations, if there's people going places and trade routes and so on and so forth, even going through the Sahara and around the Sahara, then these certain conclusions have to take place where, okay, Israelites had to be there. This is simple. Mm-hmm. Let's continue. Now, this is a Hebrew inscription in Morocco. This dates to the 3rd century CE. The 3rd century CE in Morocco. Hebrew writings. Simple. Let's look at this one. This is the 4th to 5th century. This is a menorah-shaped bronze lamp. This is the 4th to 5th century. Right here. I mean, what more can I? That's what Jay-Z said, right? What more can I say? Like, okay, so they went to Morocco, but they didn't go any further, though. They didn't continue to, dwell amongst the inhabitants, and they didn't do none of that. They went to Europe, though. Right. They did go to China. Right. They did go to India. Right. But they didn't go to West Africa. You sure about that? All right, Lord be with you, brother. Let's continue. Now, the Tariq al-Fatish, this is something I'm continuously looking in. Now, I'm going to be honest and say I have been presented that the date here that says 1402 might be 1492. I have to be honest here. I'm not going to lie about any of these sources that I'm giving you. I'm just going to present them to you. Now, can I sit here and say that the 1492 date is correct? No. I can't say that, but I will say that from what I've read everywhere, the 1402 date is the date that everybody seems to use. So that's what I'm presenting. Now it says, I'm going to give you a break reading real quick. Now it says, this is the Tariq al-Fatish. It says in 1402 CE, there was a sizable Bani Israel community in Mali. They were rich, owned plantations, and built 333 wells. The author's father told him this. This is right here within the manuscripts. Let's continue. It says, there were 7 rulers from Bani Israel, and then we have all the names of the rulers listed here. Simple to understand. Let's continue. Now, this is the records of Al-Yahud in Mali. This is an Arabic document, also has Hebrew cursive on the left side. Now, this mentions El-Yahud Ha-Yadud, and these letters are from Jews that end in Ha-Yahud. Okay? This Yahud is also known, just to put this out there, for a certain kingdom in the Middle East of Jews south of Israel. Do your research. Let's continue. Now read this.
The quantum version of Simon Kimbangu by Dom Pedrov V. Tariq al-Sudan Several Jewish.
Now I was send this by a brother. This is just to back up what I previously read, just to go into this a little bit more. The brother told me not to name his name. He just said have fun with the source. So I'm just presenting you this source, man. Go ahead.
Tariq al-Sudan, several Jewish communities existed, parts of Ghana, Mali, and later Songhai empires.
And later what?
Later Songhai empires.
Come on.
Manuscript C of the Tariq al-Fatash described a community called Bani Israel that in 1402 existed in Tenderma, possessed 333 wells, and had 7 princes as well as an army. This Bani Israel is similar to Bani Israel of Nigeria and very similar also to Bana Ba Israel in Kikongo, meaning the children of Israel.
Meaning the what?
Meaning the children of Israel.
Come on.
European missionaries arriving in their land in the early 15th century.
The devils, read.
Called their religious practices traditional religion. However, they identify their religious practices and heritage with the Jews.
Come on.
These include the traditional sacrifice of animals by presiding male of each village or a group of villages for purification, especially during times of sickness, according to Nair. In early history of Nigeria, the Efik people were often referred to as Efik Eburutu. Eburutu.
You sure you're not Nigerian, brother? You flowing with that. Go ahead, brother, read.
Eburutu being a term that came into being as a result of corruption of the word Hebrew. And Ututu. Ututu being one of the early settlements of the Efik people.
Kawan is African. I'm convinced. Keep reading.
Of the Efik people in the coastal southeastern Nigeria. Hence, the Efik, we are African, brother. That's the whole point of this lesson. The Efik.
Hey, brother. Yo soy boricua. Y'all tú sabes. Go ahead. Read.
By way of Puerto Rico. Efik, Ibio, Anaim people were known in the early history as being of Hebrews who settled in Ututu. I can't.
Salakia, go ahead.
The Ishi Congo of Central Africa who settled in Mbanza, Congo, the capital.
How you knew to pronounce the M like that? Go ahead, brother. I see you, brother.
Mbanza, Congo, the capital of Kingdom of Congo, claimed to come from Mbanza, Congo, Daituku.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. I'm just impressed.
In Kikongo.
You know how hard this was me reading this? I had to read it 8 times in a row. But go ahead, brother.
In Kikongo, the word Utuku means origin.
Okay, so you just see, through the certain phonetics and linguistics that people are comparing the certain words, and they're saying it's coming from ancient Near East origin. Simple. This brother speak African. Let's continue. Now, this is the good brother Carter G. Woodson in the Miseducation of the Negro. I took this from a previous lesson that I had, PowerPoint. I just added it to this. It says, most missionary teachers of the freedmen, like the most men of our time, had never read the interesting books of travel in Africa and had never heard of the Tariq al-Sudan. We're going to get into this a little bit. Now, this is definitely, I'm going to tell you right now, in my other lesson, this is definitely going to be utilized a little more. I'm going to go into some more Arabic sources. I'm going to go into certain migration patterns. I'm going to go into comparisons of linguistics. I'm going to go into comparisons of certain customs, comparisons of certain even false deities that have nothing to do with being an Israelite, but have everything to do with the ancient Near East. Even going into certain plants and certain foods and certain animals, and that all come from the ancient Near East. That has to be understood. Okay, so now we're going into the Tariq al-Sudan.
This one first.
I already read that, brother.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I read it. Yep, I read it for you. Yep. Yep. Next one.
Okay, this one.
Yes, sir.
All right. The Tariq al-Sudan Tariq as Sudan Chronicles, the founder of the Zazwa dynasty, was a man called Zuwa al-Yaman.
So Zuwa al-Yaman. Now this is important. Read.
Meaning he came from Yemen. Zuwa.
Meaning he came from where?
He came from Yemen.
Now I need everybody to remember this. I need everybody to look this up. I need everybody to see why this is being said. Please. That's all I'm asking. All right. Remember, Yawasap's a liar. Don't believe me. Go into the sources and read for yourself. I'm not here to create parrots. I'm here to create people who actually read and study for themselves. Because you could go into something and be like, Yawa, but look at this. Oh, I never thought. Each one teach one, right? All right, let's continue. Go to the next slide. Now we're going to go into this map. This is something I always found interesting. This is dating back to 1520 to 1576. Now, once again, I'm always going to be honest. This is going to show, it's going to say the territory or the land of the Jews in the Congo. But one thing that's interesting to me, even though I'm going to show some more sources right after this. Now, there are people who battle, whether this is certain Jews that came from Europe that began to dwell here after the Inquisition. And then some people argue that these Jews were there before the Inquisition. Now, I've seen both sides of the coin. I'm here to just give you the map, show you something that piqued my interest and made me scratch my head. I read both sides of the coin. Okay, some people say, after the Spanish Inquisition. Some people say before. Let me just present it, and you take it how you see it. Now you see, let's go to the next slide. Now you see the artwork from 1588, and it's reprinted in 1889 by Livio Sanuto. All right. Now you see the word right here. Right now you know how the eyes, the U's, certain things are interchangeable. You see it all on the left hand side, right? I'm just giving you a zoom in of the map. Okay. Now you see once again the Romance languages and how the I's and the J's are interchangeable, so on and so forth, right? Now, when you take this word and you take it from the ancient Latin and you put it into the English, it says the land of the Jews. So now you have a map made in the 1500s that actually have the land of the Jews within certain places of the Congo. I always found this interesting. It's not something that I use in let's say a battle. Say if I'm going back and forth trying to prove if Israelites are in, I'm not going to use this. This is just something that I wanted to present to y'all. So maybe you could find something I don't know, right? But let's continue. Right? That's another of the map, just so y'all can see that. I'm not making it up. These are where I get all the sources from. See that right there, Michigan State University. In 1920 AD, when this map is from 1588 AD. Something very interesting I always seen. All right, let's continue. Now, go ahead, read that. Read the title first. You could just read the first half of the title up to where it says Description of Africa.
The history and description of Africa.
Come on.
To the north of Congo, upon the sea coast, beginneth the kingdom of Loango, tributary in times past to the king of Congo. It aboundeth with elephants, and the inhabitants called Brahmas are circumcised after the Jewish manner.
So you see that there's a certain group of people in this area known as Loango that are keeping the circumcision after the manner of the Jews. Okay? Right around, not too far, where that map said the land of the Jews. Just interesting to me. Now, we're going to get into this final source. This is a controversial source. Some people say the Arabs was lying. I'm just here to present the information and say just keep diving deep into this history because you will begin to understand certain things. Now, this is the corpus of early Arabic sources for West African history. Okay. Now, a lot of people, they go to sources that come from Europe. I do the same thing. I even have sources that come from the people of the land themselves. I even presented one of them in this PowerPoint. But of course, we have to understand the Arabic eyewitnesses of what they seen, what they wrote down, what they understood. Because there was a Muslim invasion into Africa.
Right.
So if the Muslims could go from the ancient Near East to the west coast of Africa, can't the... But let's continue. Let's continue. Let's read this real quick.
Corpus of early Arabic sources for Western history, page 99.
Yeah, the top is always gonna have the title. You could just say the page and then read.
Okay. The people of Zaphon take captives from the people of Amima, a tribe of the Janua, who live in the eastern part of the desert between Zaphon and Kalkal, Mali, near the Nile of Egypt. They are people who profess Judaism. Their country is entered from Kalkal, Mali, and Waraklan. They are the poorest of the Janawa. They read the Torah.
Now you see, this is from Al-Zuri. This is his account on what he's seeing. So you see that he's saying they are people who profess the religion of Judaism and they read the Torah. Okay, let's continue. So on page 108, read that.
South of Barisa, at a distance of about 10 days, is the land of Lamlam. The people of Barisa, Sela, and Ghana make forays into the land of Lamlam and capture the inhabitants. Their inhabitants, according to the reports of the people that part of the world, are Jews. But indefinitely ignorance overcame them.
You see, this is from Al-Idrisi, right? Also read his works. I'll just leave it there. Let's continue. Let's just paint the picture. Come on.
According to what the merchants relate, the people of the land of Quamnuria, Mauritania, claim that they are Jews. Their religion is confused. They are nothing and have no beliefs. They have no king from among themselves, nor one imposed from above, but are subjected to hardships by all the neighboring peoples who surround their land.
This is again Al-Idrisi. Okay, let's continue to paint the picture. Let's keep reading these Arabic sources, man. This is page 185. Go ahead.
To the east and north of Barisa, the river Lami, which comes down from the mountains to the south of the town of Lami, debouches into the Nile. This town, which is no more than a village, owes obedience to the pagans of Lamlam. Its inhabitants are Jews of a race known among the slaves of Maghreb.
Now, a lot of people will not deny the quote unquote Jewish or Israelite presence in Maghreb. They won't deny that. They will say that's there. What will mainly be denied is more into the interiors of West Africa. That's what it mainly be denied. They won't deny Maghreb, which is interesting to me. This is said by Ibn Sa'id. But let's continue.
In the year 724, 1324.
This is on page 250. Now, this is going to show, I thought this is interesting, right? This is going to show, now a lot of people will also say that Christianity did not go into, especially West Africa and certain parts of Africa too. The white man went there. I've seen different, but, to each his own. Read.
In the year 724, 1324, the king of Takur, or Takrur, arrived for the noble Hijaz.
Go ahead.
His name was Abu Bakr Musa. He remained in Egypt for a year before taking himself to the Hijaz. He had much gold with him. His is the country which put forth gold. I asked the king of Takrur, how is the description of the place where the gold, how is the description of the place where the gold grows with you? He replied, it is not in that part of our land that belongs to the Muslims, but in the land that which belongs to the Christians of Takrur.
So now you see they're saying that there are certain Christians in this part of the world, going back to 1324. I'm just giving you this because I just find these things very interesting. Let's continue. Same page.
We dispatch collectors to take from them a species of tribute due to us and obligatory upon them. These are special lands which put forth gold in this fashion. It consists of small pieces of varying sizes, some like little rings, some like carob seeds, and the like. And I said, why don't you take this land by conquest? He replied, if we conquer and take it...
Ain't that a question to ask? Why don't you just conquer these guys? Go ahead.
He replied, if we conquer and take it, it does not put forth anything. We have done this in many ways, but seen nothing there. But when it returns, it puts forth as usual. This is a most amazing thing, and it's perhaps due to an increase of the oppressiveness of the Christians.
There they go again. These people in Africa who they're labeling as Christians. Something I always found interesting. Read that.
Abu Abad Allah Bayaya Azuri says that the people of the lands of Sudan, whose capital city is Ghana, formerly professed Christianity until the year 469, 1076 to 77, when they turned Muslim and became good Muslims.
You see, so now you have the conquest of Islam, and they're making people convert to Islam. And they did that everywhere they went. That's simple history, right? Now, this is something to complete the slide. And then from there, I'm going to say shalom. Go ahead.
History and Geography, Atlas Geographics, or completed system of geography, ancient and modern, containing what is most of use in Blue, Verenius, Cellarius, Cluverius, Baudron, Brighteus, Sanson, volume 4 of 5. Modern Africa in general, page 39.
Now, remember, it's Old English, so some of the F's is going to be S's.
It's going to get crazy.
Yeah. So it's we shall.
We shall treat of the blacks when we come to Guinea, Negro land, and the Cape of Good Hope, where they inhabit. Leo says there are other kingdoms on the south frontiers of this country, which are inhabited by a rich, industrious, and just sort of people. Judaism was the religion of the ancient Africans.
So you see, Judaism was said to be this certain religion that was reigning in these areas. Read.
Judaism was a religion of the ancient Africans for a long time and succeeded by Christianity.
Then Christianity began to reign. Come on.
But Mohammedanism prevailed.
Then Islam began to reign. Now, everybody knows, and if you don't, you're going to hear it for the first time today, and I will also begin to demonstrate this when? In further classes, that Islamic slaves came to America. There are slaves who had the knowledge of the Quran and the Bible. This is recorded through history. This is in their own writings. This is simple to understand. So now if you have the certain quote unquote Jewish religion that's beginning to go in parts of Africa, then it's superseded by Christianity, then it's superseded by Islam, wouldn't that mean that these Jews who are now practicing Muslims but are still bloodline Jews? I just think it's just simple to understand. All right, so that's the end of the presentation. And, I hope everybody takes everything I showed them. Don't believe nothing I'm saying. Go do your own research. Take these sources, buy these sources, read these sources, and continue to build on the foundation that the elders have showed us and passed down to us, man. So with that, I say shalom. And I pray you brothers have a great day. Shalom, shalom.